Hey, everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie, and we are doing another session in the Christmas journal for our December dailies. And I have to say, I've been having a ton of fun doing this. And so, if you love junk journaling like we do, and you always need a few ideas, then this is definitely the channel for you. You'll want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. And if you are so inclined to do so, you can also join us over on the Facebook group at Junk Journal Buddies. Now, one more thing that I'd like to mention. Yes, this video is sped up, but if you would like to see it in real time and get even more footage of junk journal processes and a few other things, then you'll want to head over to Patreon for that. And that's at patreon.com/Liz for a day. Okay, so I just kind of jumped right in on this video. And I think you can tell by now exactly what I'm doing. I am building a washi tape page. I always say that a junk journaler has to be a bit of an engineer as well as an artist. So I am engineering this page so that it has a beautiful washi tape background. Now, this is easy enough to do, and I will say that I have had my washi tape for a few years. I've had it for a few years, so I've collected a few washi tapes. But if you are junk journaling on a budget and you don't have any washi tape, you could use paint. You could draw, of course. You could use some cardstock. But if you can get a hold to at least two patterns of different types of washi tape, you can actually do a background that looks similar to this and looks quite lovely. And if you're doing it in your Christmas journal, you really don't have to have Christmas washi tape. You can use any washi tape that you want because you'll see why. A lot of this will be getting covered up. So I am quite enjoying using my washi tape. It made me very happy to be able to use a lot of my washi tape in here. Because, I have been on a mission this year, and that is to use my washi tape because I have way too many rolls. And, well, I don't know if you can have too many rolls. Is that really possible? I think it's not. So instead of cutting off the extra tape that was hanging over the bottom, I decided to just turn the page over and just fold those little bits and pieces down onto the page. And I really liked the effect that it had. It kind of decorated the page in a different way than I would have normally thought of doing it. So it gave it a bit more interest. And now I have my full washi tape background. Yippee for me. So the next thing that I'm going to do is try to find some place for this little piece of fabric that I had. And I actually used that fabric on the inside covers of this particular journal. And so I had this left over and I was just trying to find a spot for it because, y'all, this is part of my MO. I look through my book and I just take the pieces and put it on the page here and there until the page speaks to me and it grabs that piece and it says, I want to be right here. And so this page, this striped green and white page kind of spoke to me. And this piece had the salvage edge still on it. So I ripped that off because I wanted it to have a frayed edge. And y'all, before I even thought about it, did I not put this down without putting a lick of sewing on it? Oh, clutch the pearls, clutch the pearls. Y'all know. Ooh. But there's always ways to fix that. So I'll have to do that in a later session. But I still like this piece as a belly band. It works out really, really nicely. So the next thing I'm doing is I had these pieces. They were on kind of a tearaway card, and I didn't know quite how I was going to actually use them. And so, I usually, while I'm fussy cutting, I'm thinking away and thinking about it. And I definitely wanted to do some journaling because, I like doing my little snippets of journaling. I don't think you ever have to write a whole page of journaling. That's like doing homework, right? Y'all, leave a comment and give this video a thumbs up if you don't want to do homework and if you feel like journaling is homework. That's your question. Do you feel like journaling is homework? It doesn't have to be. You can just do some snippets and then you're good to go. So before I wrote my little snippet out, I had this sticker and it's a snowman. And I wanted to use the snowman someplace. And of course, again, I went through the pages here and there and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. And finally a page said, I'll take the snowman. So it ended up on that first page. And then I also had this little card here, and I wanted to do again just some snippets, just a little snippet writing. And even though it had like a really busy background, I could still see what I wrote. So it was quite okay with me. You don't always have to have a white background when you're actually doing your journaling. And I took out my Sharpie ultrafine tip pen to do this job because those are some of my favorite pens. They come in so many colors. And this is not a sponsored video, but I'll try to put the links below to the items that I use in this particular session. So the next thing I did was I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to adhere that card, so I put a paper clip on here, but then I decided that I would use some washi tape. This is some washi tape. I do remember that I did get this from the dollar store, and it's pretty sticky, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any trouble, so I put some glue on the back of it, and it's like a candy cane, so it was kind of perfect to use for the December dailies. So now I am just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. And I think I got it. I think I can do my snippet of writing here. And let me tell you what I wrote about on this particular page. I actually talked about when I was younger and my family would get together for our little family gathering for on Christmas Eve, and my parents would be in the kitchen and they would be cooking, and we would be singing the 12 days of Christmas, and everybody had a part. And my part was Partridge in a Pear Tree because I was one of the little ones, and the little ones always got the partridge in the pear tree. So that's what I wrote about Christmas memory. So if you're at odds for thinking of ideas to put into your journal, Christmas memories are a great way to put things in. You don't always have to write about something current. I always believe that memories are a great way to kind of, put things into your junk journal and remember them for later if you go back and you read that stuff. Personally, I don't really go back and read my writing, if you all can believe that. Some of it I can't read. So I took some chalk paint and I went around the edges of the chalk paint. Y'all, let me tell you, that chalk paint gives me grief. It was cheap, and as you can see, I had just opened up that chalk paint and the pad just kind of fell off. And so I ended up actually gluing it on later so that little chalk pad will come on. But I probably would never buy that brand again. And I don't know which brand it is, so I can't tell you right now. So then I had like some poofy stars, and I decided to use those. And they came out of a bag of decorations and cardstock stuff that I got at a garage sale, because sometimes garage sales are a fantastic place to pick up your crafting supplies, because us crafters are hoarders, and then our families, they're like, okay, you need to get rid of something. And so then it goes out to the garage sale, and people like us, again, go and pick it up. So that's what I did when I got some of the items that I have here. Now, these numbers that I'm taking out, I actually created a digital kit for these. So the link will be below as well, but you can head over to pleasantcreations.com and you can pick up your digital kit for these wonderful numbers. And I call them the festive date numbers because there's a lot going on those numbers, and I love them so much. They came out so well. So now I'm just going to do a few more of my Christmas countdown stickers. I just did like a few at a time. I didn't do anything in assembly line mode when it came to my December dailies. I just kind of just went for broke here, and well, not really went for broke. I just only did a few things. And I had a little list in the back to tell me what date. It will tell me how many days until Christmas, basically. And then I will put those down. And the string that I'm using is some embroidery floss. And the only thing I did was just tie the embroidery floss on there. I didn't really think too much into it. I just put a knot in it, and that was it. And I just wanted to have the pieces of thread just kind of dangling off of the ornaments so that, when I go through my book and fill up my pages, it will have that texture that y'all know I love so much. So I'm taking my Uniball pen, my gold Uniball pen, which is one of my favoriteest pens to use in my journals and in mixed media, and especially in my December daily journal. I'm just taking and putting a few dots here and there to give it a more of a festive look, a more decorative, ornamental type of look. And I put those to the side because I wanted the ink to dry. Well, technically, that gold ink that comes out is more like gold paint. So I always smear it if I try to work with it too much. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't smear it. So I just put it over to the side so it could dry. And now I'm putting down one of the numbers, and I'll always use the double stick tape on the back of these because in this case, these are the real numbers, not the digital kit. And so, although I will say the digital kit came out quite lovely. And so I wanted to make sure that it stuck down. I also decided to try to figure out where I wanted to put these tags that I made, and one of them made it into a pocket. All right, so I'm still looking at my photos because I'm not sure what I want to do, but what I decided to do was just go ahead and number these photos for later. I'm putting the dates on here so that when I do put them down in my book, I'll kind of know what date that they're on. I don't think it's really that necessary to try to put things in order, but I thought I would give it a little bit of a go just for fun. And I like the way the red ink looked on my little photos anyway, my little Polaroid-esque photos. Someone asked me what I used to print my pictures, print my Polaroids out, and just as you see, all I did was print them on regular paper and cut them out like they were Polaroids. That's a nifty little trick. You can use that one if you like. So that is it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this session. And again, you can head over to patreon.com/LizForAday if you want to see more exclusive footage that I am posting over there for the Christmas dailies. And I enjoy doing this. And I'm just going to go ahead and shove off. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and let me know if you think journaling is like homework. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.